Hi BookTube, I am here today to film my Torathon TBR. The Torathon is hosted by Libby Stevenson, and it will be May 22nd through May 24th this year. And the Torathon is where you read short sci-fi fantasy works, such as novellas or short stories that are published through Tor.com, which is part of the Tor Books publishing company. Tor.com publishes the shorter works, the novellas and the short stories and things like that. And so this readathon focuses on reading those shorter works, the novellas and the short stories and things like that, and encourages readers who enjoy sci-fi and fantasy to pick up these shorter works and not just, the novels that some people tend to gravitate towards more than the novellas and short stories. So a while back, after Libby had made her announcement for the Torathon, I was looking for some Tor novellas and stories and things that I wanted to read, and downloaded some to my Kindle, and I'm going to tell you just briefly what each of these is about. I'm not going to go into great detail about them. I'm sorry that I can't show pictures of them. I don't have physical copies of any of them, excuse me. But I wanted to show them to you, or talk about them with you today. So the first one is The Gurkha and the Lord of Tuesday by Saad Z. Hossain. And this is about a Dijin king, Melik Amar, who wakes up after a millennia of imprisoned slumber, and he finds that he is in a vastly different world from what he remembers. So I think this will be a fun read. I have heard other people talk about this on BookTube and review it, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. And it's a novella. The next one is a novella by Seanan McGuire, who's the author of the Wayward Children series, which is also a set of novellas. That series is up and down for me. Some of the books I really love and others have been so-so. But I still encourage people to check it out if it sounds interesting. And one of the novellas I'm interested in reading for this of Seanan McGuire is Midway, Relics, and Dying Breeds. And this is a tale of bioengineering, a carnival, and the cost of one's right place. So I think that should be a fun romp. Bioengineering and a carnival just seems fun. And then the other work by Seanan McGuire that I would like to read is a short story, and that is Anyway the Wind Blows. And this is a tribute to the Flatiron Building in Manhattan in New York. And the Flatiron Building used to be the office space for Tor Books, the publishing company. And recently, Tor Books, I think it was before the coronavirus, they moved to a new location. And so the short story of McGuire's Anyway the Wind Blows is a tribute to the Flatiron Building where Tor Books used to be located before they moved. And the Flatiron Building is an iconic building in Manhattan, and so McGuire is paying tribute to it in this short story. The next two books that I have are by, one of them is a short story, by Adrain Tchaikovsky. And so the novella that I have is Made Things, and it's a dark fantasy tale of how the most likely characters can become heroic. And I've loved a lot of Adrain Tchaikovsky's other work, so I think I will enjoy this novella. And then there's also a short story that is a prequel to Made Things called Precious Little Things. And it is set in the same world as the novella Made Things, and it's offering a new perspective. So I would like to check out both of those as well during the Torathon, if at all possible. And then the last book that I want to possibly read bits and pieces of during the Torathon is a flash fiction project called Nevertheless, She Persisted. And this is a collection of flash fiction work, and it comes from Senator Elizabeth Warren, where there were these three lines that she was warned, she was given an explanation, nevertheless she persisted. And this is when Senator Warren was speaking, and other people were telling her that she needed to stop, and she wouldn't stop. I think this was during a Senate meeting or whatever. Anyway, and so some well-known sci-fi fantasy writers, including ones like Seanan McGuire, Joe Walton, Catherine Valente, Charlie Jane Anders, they all got together and wrote this collection of flash fiction. And these are all stories of women. They're inventing, playing, loving, surviving, and of course dreaming of themselves beyond their circumstances. So I think that'll be a fun collection to read through, and flash fiction, of course, is not very long, even shorter than short stories, so it shouldn't take me much time to read through it. Anyway, those are my picks for the Torathon, which again, like I said, is May 22nd to May 24th, and it is hosted by Libby Stevenson, whose channel I will leave in the description box down below, along with the link to her announcement video. Let me know what you are planning to read for the Torathon, and if you have read any of the novellas or stories I have mentioned, what did you think of them? And I will talk to you again soon. Thanks, BookTube.